Look at this. Can you guys see this? This is what a makeup artist did to my face. If you want to hear the story of how the hell this happened, then all you have to do is keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's jump right in. Well, but before we jump right in, make sure that you guys subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram if you want more fashion and beauty and my personal style. Make sure you're following me on Instagram under @StylishCurve. So let's jump right in and get started, and I'll tell you guys about this bad makeup experience that I had. So this happened about maybe almost a year ago. So I think it's almost a year ago that this has happened. Now, as a dark-skinned girl, I can tell you right now, I have always had problems with makeup artists who were not familiar with doing makeup for darker skin tones. I know that I'm not the only girl out there who has experienced this. And you can get a bad makeup artist, just let me say this, you can get a bad makeup artist regardless of your skin tone. There's some people who just have no business doing makeup, and there's some people who might just need a little more education. Now, in my case, again, I can only speak from my personal experience, and so as a dark-skinned woman, I've just always found that it has been so hard to get my makeup done right, and where the foundation matches me, the highlight matches me. I've had makeup artists who have just got excited about my bone structure. I have very high cheekbones, and for some reason people get super excited when they see them, especially makeup artists. So they always want to do, like, you know, strong contour and strong highlight, and I wind up looking like I'm part of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I'm not. And it's like, when I want to be, then hook me up. But if I'm just like, could you just beat my face for a nice little event and you got me looking like I'm in, you know, RuPaul's Drag Race, then something's not right. This disastrous makeup look happened last year. I was at an event and I was asked to be a speaker at the event, and I was super excited about it. I was like, yes, because I wanted to, one of my goals is to definitely do more speaking engagements, because I have a lot of information and knowledge and experience that I love to share and help other people achieve their dreams and goals. So I was super excited for this event, right? Now, typically, because of past experiences with makeup artists, I always do my own makeup. Again, I don't care if it is a magazine shoot, a video shoot, whatever it is. If someone says, you know, we need you to be here and we have hair and makeup, I always, you know, say no thank you, I'll come hair and makeup ready. And so most of the time people are excited, like, yes, good, so that saves us time. But this particular time, I did not say that. And here's why I didn't say it. So the person who was doing the event, I knew the person. That person was very cool. So when they said, listen, we have hair and makeup if you want it, she promised that there would be makeup artists there who would know how to do, you know, hair for women of color, who would know how to do makeup for women of color. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I said, you know what, since I'm speaking, this would give me time to kind of relax and kind of be pampered a little bit. So I said, you know what, this time I'm not going to do my hair and makeup. I'm not going to do my makeup. I did my hair, but I said, you know what, I'm not going to do my makeup. And especially since the person said that they were going to have hair and makeup, and she was like, you know, girl, you know, I don't play, you know, they'll definitely know how to, you know, do black people, because it was basically all the makeup artists there were black women. So I said, okay, no problem, I'll come and get my makeup done. So I get there, and I think I got there kind of, I think I was the last one or the second to last one to come in and get their makeup done. So when I got there, they were all set up in what the event space we were at. They had like a conference room, so all of the hair and makeup artists were set up in there. I get there, I see there's a bunch of, you know, black makeup artists, so I'm excited. I'm like, yes, okay, so there's no way my foundation shouldn't match today, because clearly you would, you know, these black makeup artists should know that, okay, I need to have different shades of foundation. So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting my turn. I see everybody getting their makeup done, and everyone's makeup is looking good. So I'm like, oh yes, this is definitely gonna be a good experience this time. So I'm seeing everyone getting their makeup done, and then there was one makeup artist that for some reason, my mind, I don't know if it was subconsciously, but my mind was just like, I don't think you want her to do your makeup. But the person who was sitting in her chair, she did their makeup good. So I'm like, you know, I just ignored it. I didn't think anything of it. So I'm looking at everyone else, and then I had seen a makeup artist that I really liked the way she did the person's makeup that was in her chair. So I was like, oh, I hope I get her, because there were like 3 makeup artists and they all had, you know, someone in their chair. So I'm waiting for one of them to be finished. So I'm looking and I'm like, you know what, I want this particular, you know, makeup artist to do my makeup. So then after that makeup artist was almost done, and I saw her just putting lashes on the person she had in her chair, and then that was going to be it. But the person in her chair, she didn't really like how her lashes were looking, because she just thought it was too much, you know, especially if you're not used to wearing lashes. So she just was like, oh no, this is too much, I don't know. She was kind of going back and forth, and in my mind I'm like, could you hurry up so I could get her? But of course the universe was like, nope. So I couldn't get her. So I wind up getting the girl who in my mind subconsciously was like, you don't want her. But again, I just passed on it, because the person who was in her chair, her makeup looked good. When she got up out her chair, makeup looked good. So when I go into this makeup artist chair, so I scan the table real quick. So I'm like, okay, let me see what she has. She has foundation for me, you know, because sometimes even with black makeup artists, they'll have a whole bunch of like, you know, medium brown shades and no dark shades. So I see she had the good stuff too. She had NARS, she had Becca, she even had the good drugstore. She had, you know, Black Opal. So I'm like, okay. So something told me to pay attention to her face. So something was like, look at her face, look at her skin. And I'm looking, and I could clearly tell that her foundation was probably 2 shades too light for the rest of her body. And I was just like, Now I could be a little like, you know, it's like you want to go to a hairstylist whose hair always looks nice, right? If you don't want to go to a hairstylist whose hair doesn't look good, and you're just like, well, what you gonna do to me if yours is looking a mess? Now that's not always the case, because I know some hairstylists who can do bomb hair, but they don't necessarily, their hair is like just always in a ponytail or something. So that's not the case all the time, but I feel like most of the time you want the person who's gonna do something to you, beauty wise, you want, you know, their beauty to look good too. So I'm like, wow, her foundation does not match her. Like that shouldn't be if you're doing makeup, you know? And it was noticeable. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Maybe she was in a rush, because it wasn't like she had like a beat face. It just looks like, you know, I'm here to work, but I wanna, you know, look good. So I put that to the back of my mind. Her foundation doesn't match. Okay, I'm not gonna worry. So she goes, you know, well, what are we doing today? What do you want? So I said, you know what, I want like this golden kind of goddess look. So I said, you know, maybe I could just do like more of a, you know, natural face, but, you know, gold highlight and, you know, gold eyeshadow. And for me, that's like a typical look that I can do myself, you know, with my eyes closed or with no mirror. So I was just like, you know what, that'll be cool. So she was like, okay. So she's doing my makeup, and, you know, I can't see yet, obviously, because, you know, she's doing the makeup. So, you know, I don't want to be with the mirror like, you know, watching her. I want her to feel comfortable so she doesn't feel the pressure either. So I'm sitting and I'm just relaxing. So we get halfway through. Like, I felt her do the foundation. I felt her do my eyes, and then I saw that she was getting ready to put on to highlight the center of my face. So I said, okay, it looks like she's almost done. So now I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh, I want to see how this comes out. So I noticed that as she was almost finishing up my makeup, I noticed like there were people coming in and out and they were staring at me, and I'm like, what the hell are these people staring at me? Like, what are they looking at? But I could tell, you know, like they're looking like, I felt as if they were looking with concern, like something's wrong with your face. The person who was running the event, she said to everyone, she was like, okay, come on guys, like we have to hurry up. We're getting ready to start the event soon, so I'm gonna need all the speakers, you know, to go to the front. But I noticed that no one complimented my makeup. And I was like, why isn't no one saying, you know, oh, you look nice? You know, like, I'm sorry, I was looking for that kind of compliment. But I noticed that no one said that, and I'm like, why is no one complimenting me? And the reason why I also noticed it is because every other girl that sat in the chairs to get their makeup done, everyone was like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty. Or like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks really good. And telling the makeup artist like, oh, you did such a good job. But of course, when it comes to me, nothing. It was crickets. No one said anything. So I'm wondering, like, why isn't no one saying anything? So then she gives me the mirror to, you know, look at my face. And so the way the room was, the light didn't really, I couldn't really tell how my face looked. Like, it looked okay, but again, something in my spirit, something in my mind was like, no, you need to go to the bathroom and see what your face looks like. So I said, you know what, let me go to the bathroom, because the bathroom light never lies. That bathroom light will always tell you the truth. So I get in the bathroom and I'm like, what the I was like, what is wrong with my face? As I'm looking in the mirror, I see that the center of my face is over highlighted, meaning you could see the lines of demarcation. Like, you could see that, you could see where the foundation ended and where the concealer for the highlighter started. You could see all of the lines. Like, you could basically outline it on my face. So as I could see that the concealer to highlight my face was not well blended with the foundation. Like, she did not blend it well at all. And the center of my face was so highlighted that it was just, it looked crazy. So I went back to her and I said, hey, do you have a darker powder that maybe you could like go over, because I feel like it's a little too highlighted. Then she gets the powder. She was like, sure, no problem. So she, you know, tries to powder it down. I was going to go back to the bathroom to look at it again. And the photographer was like, hey, we're going to take a few pictures outside. Like, can you just step outside to take a photo real quick? So I said, sure. I go outside. The photographer takes the picture. Not one time is he like, oh, you look pretty, or your makeup looks nice. Like, again, no one is saying nothing. People are looking at me like, like, girl, your face. So I just wasn't feeling right. So when he took the picture, and I had him take one with my phone. So when he took the picture with my phone, I looked at my phone and I was like, I look scary. I said, yo, I look like I'm a feline cat. Like, the way the highlight was, as you can see yourself, the way the highlight was. Now, I know some of you are probably like, oh, it's not that bad. But I'm telling you, in person, and just, if you were to see the picture like close up in your face, it did not look good. It does not look good. It looked like I had a mask on. That's how I felt. I felt like I had a mask on. I felt like I was part of Thundercats. Remember the cartoon Thundercats? Like, Thundercats, Thundercats, oh. That's how I felt. I looked. So I go back in the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, what the hell can I do to minimize how this highlight is looking? Then she put like gold highlighter obviously on my cheekbones. She put too much, so it's like my cheekbones were glaring, beaming with highlight. Then the center of my face is over highlighted. It was just competing, and it was too much. And I'm like, this is why everybody was looking at me as if something was wrong, because something's wrong with my makeup. And then I was mad because I'm like, now all these women in here, not one person thought to pull me to the side and say, listen, just go in the bathroom, or you might want to ask her to fix this, because it, you know, like, no one just took the time to even say, girl, your face is not looking right and you need to go back to her so she can fix it. So I'm in the bathroom for the second time now, right? So now I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I took a napkin, and thank God it was one of those kind of like those kind of Starbucks napkins where they absorb oil and they can absorb product well. So I took the napkin and I was like patting the center of my face, like trying to blend this highlight out. I'm like pop, 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 like trying to blend it out. I'm patting my face so hard that people in the bathroom was looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? So I'm like, okay, let me go back out. So I go back out in the sunlight and I take a picture with my phone again. Still looks bad, still looks bad. So I said, you know what? I gotta find her, because after she put the powder on the second time to darken it, she was packing up to leave. So then I see, and this is why God is so good. So you got to thank God for the little things too. So what happened is I thought that she left. So first I'm looking for her. Then I was like, you know what? She was packing up, so she's probably gone. So I'm sitting here like, I can't get on this stage and speak to people because I'm not gonna feel good. It's like that old saying, when you look good, you feel good, you do good. So when you don't look good, you don't feel good, and then you don't do good. So I was like, I don't want that to happen. I really wanted to do this speaking engagement, so I was like, I can't let this get me down. I was like, I gotta find a way to fix it. So I happened to go back to the bathroom again, because what I was gonna do, I remember that I had foundation. I had a bottle of my Laura Mercier foundation in my purse. So I went to get the foundation because I was going to take it all off and use my hand to apply the Laura Mercier foundation, because I didn't bring a brush and I didn't have any of my tools with me, which that was another lesson learned. Always bring your makeup bag with you. Always. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to take this all off because I cannot get up here and speak in front of all these people, all these lights, media was there. I was just like, I can't do that, and I'm not gonna let this, you know, stop me from doing what I've prayed to do. So anyway, so as I go back to the bathroom for the third time, she was getting ready to leave out the bathroom, the makeup artist. I was like, yes, thank you, God. So when I saw her, I said, hey, I said, you know, because again, I never want to be rude, and you know, when somebody's doing their craft, we all have days where you might have, you know, fantastic days where you do an amazing job, and some days it's just like, you could have done a little better. So I never want to make anyone feel insecure or hurt their feelings. So when I saw her again, I said, hey, I said, do you have any more powder? I said, I just am not feeling comfortable with the highlight. I said, I feel like it's too highlighted. This lady gonna tell me it hasn't settled yet. In my mind, I'm like, man, this I was ready to curse. if it didn't settle within the first 5 minutes, this is not gonna settle, because now it's been about a good 15 minutes since she's done my makeup. So then I took a picture and I showed her. I said, look, I said, you can tell it's not settling yet and it's not blended. Do you have a powder? Do you have anything that can help me blend this down and tone down the highlight? She kind of caught an attitude, but I was fine with her catching an attitude because I just knew I couldn't go on stage and, you know, speak to people, and I was going to feel uncomfortable because I'm thinking I look bad. So I was just like I heard her breathe. She was like, and I was like, I don't care, miss, you gonna fix my face. So she goes in, she puts more powder on, and then she like dampened her sponge to like help blend it out more. So she does that, and then she said, okay, well, like going to, so we stepped outside of the bathroom, and outside of the bathroom it was dark. So she was like, let me put the flash on your camera, let's take a picture and see how it looks. And thank God when she did that, it looked so much better. Like it looked 1,000 times better. It still was not great in my opinion, but it looked better where I felt more comfortable. And no lie, you guys, no lie, once she toned it down and was able to blend it out better, soon as I walked out, everyone was like, oh, your makeup looks nice. But I'm like, Heifer, you saw me 15 minutes ago when it wasn't and you didn't say nothing. Now I'm seeing these same people, same women, oh girl, your makeup looks good. Oh, she did a good job. I'm like, no, I did a good job because I had to go and fix it. But nonetheless, it was fixed. I felt comfortable to go on stage and speak, and all was well with the world for that night. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed my first little story time. Let me know in the comment section below if this has ever happened to you. Share your experiences with me. I'll definitely comment back. But let me know, has this ever happened to you with makeup or even your hair? And if you like this story and you want to hear more of my horror fashion or horror beauty stories, thumbs this video up. Thank you again, guys, so much for checking out this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.